It's the Vipers taking on the Bombers. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So just about set now. And starting in this one, Logan Webb.
Right fielder,
when he's on. Boog, he's really fun to watch. He takes the pressure off entire lineups, and typically he doesn't need a ton of runs and support. No one should be surprised if he settles in and takes full control of this game. That's what he's looking to do for sure.
That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. And he dives in ahead of the tag. Soto on at first. Nobody out. And that drops in for a strike.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play. This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Got him swinging. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Galsigi, this is a guy that grew up in big league clubhouses, and it's something that you see throughout the game. Sons whose fathers also played the majors. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Yeah, and beyond that, all the other men in those clubhouses that sort of take you under their wing as a son or a nephew and show you some of the tricks of the trade. It's just invaluable, that type of experience.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. Here's George Springer.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, George Springer.
And first offering is fouled off. On the ground, right side. Oh, great stop. Boots it.
No, he's safe.
Now the left fielder, Johnny
The left
Gomes.
fielder, number 5, Johnny Gomes.
And there's a strike.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
Hangs and misses. It's a strikeout.
Let the groove soak again. Then let the beat smooth. You get up. Let the groove soak again. Then let the beat smooth.
And we're back. And towing the slab, Pedro Martinez.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The pitch. And strike 2.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Out to center. Rodriguez settles underneath it. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Now here is Patrick Bailey. Here's a guy who is one of the best in the business. You're talking about looking for a hit somewhere, and this is a guy you go to. That one is absolutely belted. Rodriguez drop step going back. Gone! That ball was crushed. It's 1-0.
Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. 1 out, base is empty. And it's even up.
Well, in this day of analytics, you have to be really good, and you've got to be consistent as well. Otherwise, you're going to be out of the lineup because of the matchup. But, yeah, it's amazing what he can do from both sides of the plate.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
You know, but one thing about being a great switch hitter, it's so tough to keep both of your swings sharp. I mean, sometimes it can feel like a long time in between at bats against a lefty or vice versa. You can work on both swings, but there's only so much a guy can do in the batting cage.
And here is Matt Chapman. Ripped to short. Fires over to Guerrero. And that is the 3rd out of the inning.
Yeah, make a move, make a move, make a move.
Back here at Oracle Park, the batter now will be Will Smith. Webb back to work. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first. Gets him. 1 away on a drop 3rd strike. So with 1 down, it'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. That one ripped, but foul. This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses, got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
I can only imagine the comfort level of being in the ballpark for those kids who are fortunate enough to have a dad that played in the big leagues.
And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
The third baseman.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Tatis runs. Swing and a miss. Throw, safe. Swing and a miss.
0-2.
Tatis, the runner at second with 1 away. Runner goes again. And that bunted towards third. They put the tag on him. Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. He provides a surprising amount of pop from the second base position.
Listen, that's not something to take lightly. Getting that kind of production from the guys.
But he's back safely. And what does that do for a team when you get power from unexpected spots like that?
When you're in the dugout and you see a guy come up big like that you don't necessarily expect it, it just energizes that entire team.
Tying run is at first. Here at the top of the second. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. And he gets back in.
1 strike.
Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. And the count is even, 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And welcome back to the
Leading off
ballpark.
for San
We head to the
Francisco,
bottom of the
the
second,
second baseman,
and here is
Casey
Casey Schmitt.
Schmitt.
And that's in there at the knees.
Pedro's one of the
0-1.
most dominant pitchers in the history of the game, Boog, and he's known for his excellent command of the baseball and a variety of pitches that always seems to confuse lineups.
Bichette whips it to first. Leadoff man
Batting
retired
sixth,
here in the
The
second.
first baseman.
Now it's
Rafael
Devers at the plate.
Devers.
Just missed.
Outside.
Next offering is fouled back.
Two balls, one strike.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Swing and a miss, and 102 on the
2-2,
radar gun. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Smith gathers, throws, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. Willie Mays digging in now. And that's
that's
outside,
just out.
and it's 1-0. And that's down and away. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1.
Two balls,
2
one
outs,
strike.
base is empty. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
Well, that's that
balls,
slurve right
two
there. He
strikes.
threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. On to the third inning,
Leading off
and
for
now
the
it's Juan
Vipers,
Soto.
The right fielder.
Pretty
Juan
amazing athlete this guy
Soto.
is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and
Ball,
go deep.
down.
Bo Jackson, anyone?
when you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
That
Two
one
balls,
missed.
no strike.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
You know, this group of
2-1.
hitters definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These batters are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Julio Rodriguez getting ready to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. Rodriguez, 24 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile.
0-1's
And
the
that
count.
is strike 1. Gets a swing and a miss with the sweeper.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now struck out swinging his first time.
Guerrero Jr.
And a foul ball. Swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball. Schmidt throws to first in time. And Guerrero is set down. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back here in San Francisco.
for the
Now
Marlins,
it's the
the designated
DH,
hitter,
Bryce Eldridge.
Eldridge.
There's the strike.
Didn't recognize off speed, thought it was
0-1.
fastball, a little bit out in front.
Ball one.
Just
That's
off the outside edge, and it's 2-1. Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Fought off foul. That one at triple digits.
Well, he just threw that
the count.
fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially.
But he's safe. Eldridge at second with nobody out. Pumping serious gas at 102 on that one. And here is Jung Hoo Lee.
The left fielder.
Fly to center his first time. Swinging a foul straight back. Man at second. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. Patrick Bailey, the next to hit. He's already homered here in this one.
Bailey.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
0-2.
Squirts away a little bit. And a swing and a miss. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. And we're back. Here's George Springer to start it off.
The designated hitter, George Springer.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
0-2 is the count.
Springer swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. So up next, Johnny Gomes. Hit on the ground to short. Adames fires over to first. And a couple of quick outs. Will Smith to the plate.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Back here at Oracle Park, and down the shortstop, Willy Adames.
Willy Adames.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Reaching down, makes the catch. Now Matt Chapman at the plate. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there in the mound.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that's downstairs and outside.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2.
Well, that's
don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
That one 95 to finish him off. 2 down, bases empty. Here's the second baseman, Casey Schmidt. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one.
0-1's the count.
And that's outside. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball.
2 down,
strikes.
nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swings and misses. All set for the start of the inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr. Bounding ball here, rolls foul.
Well, these players, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them.
Cut out and miss, struck him out. And that K brings him into double digits for the game. Here's Nolan Arenado. 0 for 1, he hit into a fielder's choice his first time. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
So those first pitch numbers tell me they should try to find a way to slow this game down a bit. Things have been moving just too quickly for them at times.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Foul ball still 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Went down on strikes his first time through. And he was nowhere near that one for strike one.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low. Throwing the ball very well right now.
No balls, 2 strikes.
0-2 now. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And here's the first baseman, Rafael Devers. That
Ball
just misses.
outside.
1-0. Right through there for a strike. Cut on and missed at 101.
1 ball,
and the count
2 strikes.
1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Here's the center fielder, Willie Mays. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Bunts it in the air. Bare hand has to hurry, and he's safe at first. Runner on at first with 1 gone, and next is the designated. There goes Willie. That one fouled off. And the 0-1. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boo.
Runner on the go. Cut out and miss.
0-1.
And that's a stolen base, not even close. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Top of the 6th inning, and now the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Leading off,
Webb back to work.
The right fielder, Juan Soto.
And that one fouled off.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
0-2.
And now 1 and 2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Stepping in, Julio Rodriguez.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. And that is cut on and missed. And that is strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Pitch misses, 2-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure.
On the ground to third. Rodriguez out of the play. Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. 0 for 2 in this one. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Vladdy, 25 years old, and he was born in Canada. Swing and a chopper out to short. Slings it across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Digging in, Jung-Hoo Lee.
Jung-Hoo Lee.
Hey! 0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
No ball,
another
2
0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
And down on strikes he goes. And he's up to 12 strikeouts on the day. Now the number 2 hitter, Patrick Bailey. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss. That one at 1-0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. There's that change.
One ball.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Smith gathers, throws, out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone. 2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the shortstop, Willy Adames. That clips the corner. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Not even close there. And it's 1-1. Now a check swing at the 1-1. Look down to first. Did not go. 2 down, nobody on. 1-0-1 on the gun. Swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul.
Got him looking for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the 3rd time today. Back here in San Francisco, top of inning number 7, and it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
0-1.
Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. Johnny Gomes digs in now.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
You know, he's been so great today. Really just throwing whatever the catcher puts down. I mean, hasn't shaken off the catcher very much at all today.
0-2 with the count.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Still no hits on the board. One out away from taking the no-no into the 8th. And that is out of play. Now he breaks his bat. And he's safe at first. That's their first hit of the ball game.
And just like that, the no-hitter is over. Tied him up really well with that pitch inside. Couldn't get it out of the infield, but somehow
Buddy scrambles back.
0-1.
That one not close. 1 ball, 1 strike.
typically the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front.
Back safely with a single base runner because of all the power. They are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Runner takes off, gets a piece, and stays alive. Next offering is down low, and he dives in safely. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Got him swinging. So he gets yet another strikeout. 16 so far. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here is Matt Chapman. Right through there for a strike.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
Check swing, and he went 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That's to third. Arenado slings to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Now it's the second baseman, Casey Schmidt. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
0-2.
Swing and a miss at 100. No chance.
Now back.
2 down, bases empty. Rafael Devers will hit next. Ball 1, no strikes.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. A gigantic blast. And they tack one on the board. It's 2-0.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Mays stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Aye. 1-1.
Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
1 ball.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across here at the bottom of the 7th. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Soto moving back for it. And that one is off the top of the wall. And into second easily with a 2-out double.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Foul ball there. And that will end the inning. And we're back. We're at the top of the 8th. There's Nolan Arenado.
The third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
First pitch misses. And he chases a high fastball there.
Really consistent release point. He's been able to pitch up and down and have excellent command in both locations.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
2 strikes.
And add another K. That's number 17. What a game. Here's the second baseman, Bo Bichette. Foul ball. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires the first, and there's 2 gone following the strikeout. Here's Juan Soto.
Just not a good pitch to swing at. One reason he's an everyday player is he usually lays off of that junk.
And ball 1. Up and in. Now 2-0. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Felix Bautista.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
2 outs. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back here at Oracle Park, now it's the right fielder, Drew Gilbert. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. The 0-1. Gilbert checks his swing, appeal to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Here's a high chopper. Bichette. And a quick out, number 1. Jung-Hoo Lee now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. Cut on and lifted in the air. Gomes makes the grab. Out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Now a chance for Patrick Bailey. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
The count.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Well, just about to hit that century mark. 100 pitches for this game.
Smith gathers, throws. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning.
Yes. No ifs, ands, or maybe. I don't let drama faze me. See on my grind heavy.
New inning getting started. And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Bautista, in his 4th year, he features a sinker, a 4-seamer, a splitter, and he works in a slider.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Struck him out looking. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. And that one fouled off. That's off the mark. And the count even 1-1. The sliding stop at short. Fires to first. And that's a great play for the out.
Well, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Springer in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour. This could end it. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball.